Hi! It's about time to update you on my TTC journey. I am now moved to Massachusetts for the summer. If you watched my recent videos, I talked about how my husband works out of state in the summer, and this summer I have the opportunity to stay with him over the summer months, which is good because we're trying to conceive, so you kind of have to be together to do that. Last time I talked to you, my doctor couldn't go more into the fertility stuff because it hasn't been quite a year. We went back in the beginning of June, and I don't know if I told you the date in the beginning, but the date is June 23rd, I think. June 24th. So, I finally have time to sit down and talk to you about it, even though I went to the doctor in the beginning of the month, but whatever. Same thing, same story. So, we went in, and I did not get my period naturally, and it was over the 35 days since I got it the last time from, what is that called? Provera, which makes me get my period, which has been what I've had to do since I got off my birth control last June. So it's been an entire year, and I've probably only had my period 3 times, maybe 4. But anyways, that's pretty common with PCOS now that I know that I have that. So she gave me another dose of Provera and to get my period. And she also put me on a medication called metformin. It's ideally used for people who have diabetes to keep their blood sugar at a normal rate, or whatever you would call it. But they have studies showing that people who have PCOS, the metformin helps our levels, like our hormone levels, kind of be at bay, or where they're supposed to be, and it also helps ovulate. So she put me on that. I am taking 1,500 milligrams. So I take 3 of these tablets a day. I started out with my first week, I started out just with 1. And then my second week, I went to 2, and I think I'm on almost an entire week, almost 2 weeks of 3, and that's what I have to do. I have to take 3 to get the 1,500. She said a lot of people have side effects taking it, so she told me to gradually work myself up to 3, and thankfully I have not had any side effects, because side effects that she was saying were like vomiting and diarrhea, upset stomach, and I was not about that life, but I haven't had any issues, so that is good. So I've been taking metformin since June 5th, as well as I started my Provera June 5th also. I just got over my period. Friday was my last day, or my last cycle day. So I got it Monday or Tuesday, and then it ended Friday. And she prescribed me, what is this called? Letrozole? I don't know, but there's a short name called Fermera. It's like a medicine like Clomid, but I guess this one has way less side effects, and I guess there's been studies showing that Femera is better for patients who have PCOS like myself. So I was thankful that she did not put me on Clomid, because I've been watching videos here on YouTube and researching, and a lot of you guys who have had to take Clomid like despise it. Like, the side effects for it are horrible, so I was obviously willing to do it if I had to, but I was glad that she prescribed me something else. She didn't even talk about, like, she didn't even, like, was like, no, you're not going on Clomid. She didn't even think twice about it, which is nice. So I took Femera on my 3rd cycle day, which was like Wednesday. I started it because you have to get your period, and then on your 3rd cycle day you take Femera, and you take 2 pills for 10 days. So I'm currently still taking it. I will take it until Friday. Here's my little pill thing. So you can see Sunday I've already taken them. You can see those yellow pills are the Femera, and the big white pills are the metformin. So yeah, I have till Friday right here, and then I'm done with Femera. I haven't had any side effects with either medication, which is really nice. I haven't really noticed any, I haven't felt any different. I haven't had an upset stomach or anything like that. So that is really good. I can't really tell, like, if I've been having, like, if I could feel myself, like, ovulate, because I just got over my period. So when you have your period, you just have period cramps, which is normal. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I have to obviously track my ovulation now. I just got over my period, so I figured tomorrow I was just gonna start with just those. I have those little sticks that have the 2 lines. Tomorrow is cycle day 8, and then Thursday is cycle day 11, Friday 12, Saturday 13. So I was thinking Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I was going to use the smiley face ovulation ones, the Clearview digital smiley face ones, because usually you ovulate within days 11 and 14 or somewhere around there. So I didn't want to waste those, so I figured I would just use the pea stick, the cheap ones, until the actual days where I should ovulate. So fingers crossed that I do ovulate, and it shows that I am, because yeah, then that would mean that these medications are working. So yeah, that's kind of where my news is now. She talked about, since I'm here in Massachusetts and not in Minnesota, where I'm from and where my doctor's from, she talked about just taking a pregnancy test, and, you know, if I don't get pregnant or if I don't get a positive test like this time around, then she can send me the prescriptions to a pharmacy where I'm living now, and I obviously would do the Pervera to get my period, and I would keep doing the metformin, and then when I get my period I would do the Fermera, the one that helps me ovulate. So, and I can do that next month if I'm not pregnant, obviously. And then I don't know if I would be home before the next time I would have my period, but if not, she can do it again. So that's kind of nice, but yeah. She also said when I go back to Minnesota after I'm out here for the summer, and if I'm not pregnant, she talked about doing a procedure where they put a catheter into my uterus and they pretty much shoot like iodine in your uterus, and it goes in all your tubes, and it's a way for them to look on the ultrasound, couldn't think of the word, on the ultrasound screen to make sure that everything's going where it's supposed to be going, and you know, kind of acts like the sperm. The iodine acts like the sperm to make sure it can go up and where it's supposed to go in your uterus and connect to the egg and all that. So she talked about that if I'm not pregnant by the time I come back in the end of August, I can go in and do that procedure, and it kind of, she talks about it as like a transmission flush on your car, but it's a transmission flush for your body, so it kind of pushes anything, if there's anything in its way, it pushes it all out. And she says she advises couples to go home and have sex, and it's kind of like a clear path for the little guys to meet the egg. So she's seen a lot of success even after the procedure of people getting pregnant, which my best friend who also has PCOS, she has 2 kids, but she had the iodine procedure done before she had her first child, and she's pretty sure that's how she got pregnant, because it obviously was a surprise because they were telling her that it'd be very hard for her to get pregnant and all this stuff, and she wasn't trying to get pregnant, so they didn't really talk about, you know, the things they talk about with me. They were just talking about her PCOS, and she had that procedure done, and yeah, a few weeks later she was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. But now when she looks back on it, she is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why I got pregnant, because it was a few days after that procedure. So, but me and my husband are both hoping that, you know, something will happen just with this medication. But, you know, when it's the time for us to get pregnant, it's time for us to get pregnant, even though I hate it when people say that to me, because it's like someone with PCOS, it's like, well, we don't really have time to sit there and just wait around. Like, come on, we want to get this on the ball. It's already been a year. But I know, I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and everything happens when it happens. Yeah, so that is pretty much the update as of right now. I'm probably going to film maybe my ovulation test, but when I do take a pregnancy test next month, I know I'm going to film that. I think it'd be kind of cool to do like one of those blind pregnancy tests where you do it on the camera, and then the people who are watching the video obviously get to see it before me and see my reaction. So I'm thinking about doing that. Thumbs up this video if you think that would be cool, to video my pregnancy test results next month. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye.